Tonight, we're unraveling a story that strikes at the very heart of public trust, a story that challenges the foundations of accountability in our government. This is a tale of power, influence, and money, centered on a potential deception involving U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, one of the most influential figures in the nation's energy policy. Under oath, in front of lawmakers and the American people, she was asked pointed questions about her personal finances, questions designed to ensure transparency and honesty from those in power. Her answer was clear, direct, and seemingly unequivocal. But as we now know, that answer was not just misleading, it was false.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, nice to see you again. When you were here last, I talked with you about the fact that more than 130 officials in the Energy Department reported more than 2,700 trades of shares, bonds, and options in companies that ethics officers said was directly related to the agency's work. This is institutionalized corruption. And I asked you point blank, do you own any individual stock? And you told me, no. Let's just look at it. It was not a difficult question. Do you own individual stocks, Madam Secretary? You said no.
This isn't a minor oversight or a simple mistake. It's a direct contradiction of the facts, raising serious concerns about the integrity of her testimony. Such a contradiction doesn't just cast doubt on her words. It calls into question her fitness to serve in one of the most powerful cabinet positions in the country, where trust and transparency are paramount. Beyond a single misstatement, this incident reveals a troubling pattern, a pattern of questionable ethics and a willingness to bend the truth when it suits personal or political interests. Conflicts of interest, delayed disclosures, and incomplete financial statements all paint a picture that is far from reassuring. These are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger web of potential deception. When a public servant misleads Congress, the stakes are high. We must ask, why did she do it? What was she hiding? Who or what was she trying to protect? The answers to these questions matter for every American. At its core, this story is about government integrity, about whether those entrusted with power are truly working for the public good or for their own personal gain.
Afterwards, why did you mislead this committee?
Oh my goodness.
That was exactly my response. So why did
Senator,
you mislead this committee?
I believed that I had sold all individual stocks, and I was incorrect. So I came back.
You just don't
and
know your
told-
portfolio?
Pretty much.
It's a big one, I guess, huh?
No, it's extremely small.
Apparently not. Someone manages it for you?
So I came back as soon as I found out that, in fact, I had not sold all individuals.
Wait. No, that's not true either. Let's just look at the timeline. Let's not, I just remind you, you're under oath. Madam Secretary, you testified you didn't own any individual stocks. You didn't sell the stocks for a whole nother month. And after you sold the stocks, you waited another month before you informed this committee. Why did you mislead us, and what were you hiding?
Are our officials upholding their oath to serve the people, or are they prioritizing their own interests behind closed doors? The evidence, mounting and difficult to ignore, suggests a serious breach of trust, one that could have far-reaching consequences for public confidence in our institutions. Documents and sworn testimony reveal not just a single misstatement, but a series of lies and omissions that undermine the very principles of accountability. Secretary Granholm denied under oath that she owned stocks, an assertion that was meant to assure the public of her impartiality. Yet, the financial disclosure forms tell a different story. They show she held millions of dollars in stocks.
Why did you wait so long? Why did you hide this?
I did not hide it because I brought it forth to the committee when I realized that we had made a mistake.
Really? What explains the delay? Why did you wait for a full month to explain your actions to this committee, your false testimony?
That's less than a month, and I sent a letter explaining what had happened.
May the 15th to June the 9th. Are we
because I owned a Ford stock that was...
You misled this committee, and you wait. What were the stocks? What were the stocks that you owned?
It was a Ford stock that my husband had owned since he was very young, and I just was not aware of it.
And what were the others? You sold 6 stocks. What were the other 5?
I sold non-conflicting stocks.
What were they?
Honestly, I don't even know. I do know the Ford one because that was a conflict.
You don't.
That's why I raised this.
You're here before this committee a year later after actively misleading to us, after denying and delaying, and now you won't tell us. Was one of them Proterra?
Directly contradicting her testimony and raising questions about her motivations. This isn't a gray area, or a matter of interpretation. It's black and white. The facts are clear, and her testimony was demonstrably false. Lying to Congress is not just a legal issue, it's a betrayal of the American people. Before becoming Energy Secretary, Granholm was on the board of Proterra, an electric vehicle company. She pledged to divest her holdings to avoid conflicts of interest. Yet she held millions in Proterra stock options. As secretary, she promoted electric vehicles, often praising Proterra. Her advocacy blurred lines between policy and personal gain. Despite her pledge, divestment was delayed. She sold her Proterra stock only after public pressure.
No.
You sat on the board of directors at Proterra. You made millions, CNN reports, and stock options at Proterra. Then you promoted Proterra stock and Proterra products as Energy Secretary. Was that one of the stocks that you sold?
This is so, I mean, really.
Was that one of the stocks that you sold? Yes,
No,
really.
no,
You were
it was-
presiding over institutionalized corruption in your energy department. You have
so sorry
violated
that-
the Stock Act 9 separate times. You have been referred by the Inspector General for violations of the Hatch Act. It is institutionalized corruption that you are now the face of. And here's what I'm trying to figure out. I just want to know who really runs the energy department. Is it you, or is it the mega corporations whose stock that you own that you're making profits in?
Oh my.
Questions about Granholm extend beyond finances. They lead into dark money and foreign influence. She attended energy summits sponsored by private groups. Funding for these events is often opaque. The Weiss Foundation, led by Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss, is key. It funds advocacy groups influencing U.S. policy. Granholm's participation lends credibility to their agenda. This raises questions about foreign influence. Why is a Swiss billionaire shaping American policy? The lack of transparency is dangerous.
Do you know the names of the foreign billionaires who fund the conferences you go to? Since you don't know the stocks, do you know the names of the foreign billionaires?
This is unbelievable to me.
Let me help you.
Mr. Chairman.
One of them
to be
is
accused like
Hans-Jörg
this.
Weiss, a Swiss billionaire who has used various dark money front
I
groups
do not know what you
to
are
funnel
talking about.
various dark money front groups to funnel foreign money into American politics. He has used the Burger Action Fund, $20 million, that then sent money to the Fund for a Better Future, that then sent money to the Climate Power Group that has funded conferences you've attended. Do you know who this is? Do you think it's a good idea to attend conferences funded by foreign billionaires?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know the stocks, you don't know the billionaires, you would take no responsibility.
Ford stock.
Meanwhile, your energy department, executives in your energy department are trading stocks in companies that they have direct oversight over, and you were too.
That is incorrect.
Ethical problems extend beyond Granholm. A culture of stock trading exists within the Department of Energy. Over 130 senior officials own stocks related to their work. This is a crisis of ethics. Officials can move markets with their decisions. Owning stocks in related companies creates conflicts of interest. It undermines public faith in the department. The problem is compounded by weak oversight. Many officials failed to disclose trades. The system to prevent conflicts is broken. This culture of permissiveness is unacceptable. Granholm's actions set a tone from the top. Her ethical lapses send a message that rules are optional. The department's integrity is threatened. Accountability is not a priority. This is a crisis of trust. Across the nation, Americans are questioning the very foundations of their government, wondering if those in power are truly acting in the public's best interest. The American people must trust their officials. Trust is the invisible thread that binds a democracy together, allowing citizens to believe that their voices matter and their leaders are accountable. Granholm has shattered that trust. Her actions have left many feeling betrayed, and the damage to public confidence is not easily repaired. She misled Congress and promoted a company she had a stake in. This is not just a lapse in judgment, it's a breach of the ethical standards expected from those in high office.
Nobody in the Department of Energy, and we have a strong ethics office, does not trade stocks in anything that they have oversight over.
That is
individual
simply not
stocks.
true, Madam Secretary.
Sir,
the Wall
this
Street
is
Journal
true.
has reported on this
Senator, if I may.
extensively.
Wall Street
If I
Journal.
may, Senator, if I may just ask the question, is it possible that maybe we can continue this at a later time, but if you had any questions on the direct energy policies?
Mr. Chairman, this is directly relevant to institutionalized corruption in the Department of Energy that she oversees. You're, I think, about to say that the Wall Street Journal report's wrong.
The Wall Street Journal report did not say that people over whom they were in areas where they were directly overseeing had stocks. They did not. Our ethics office consults with all of our employees that need to be that have a reporting requirement about their stock holdings. They do not own stocks in areas that they have any influence over, nor do I.
Madam Secretary, all I have to say is this record is just deplorable. It is despicable. It is outrageous that hundreds of officers in the Energy Department are trading shares. It is outrageous that you misled us. It is outrageous that you are continuing to mislead us, and it is outrageous you're going to conferences and events funded by foreign billionaires using dark money to try to influence our politics. This has got to change, and frankly, you should go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Her ties to dark money networks are troubling. These connections raise serious questions about whose interests are truly being served, and whether transparency is being sacrificed for personal gain. Her explanations have been evasive. Instead of providing clarity, her responses have only deepened the public's suspicion and frustration. Senator Hawley calls for her resignation. He argues that the American people deserve better, and that accountability must come before personal ambition. Her conduct makes her unfit for a cabinet position. Leadership demands integrity, and when that is lost, so too is the right to serve. The argument is simple. If she can't be trusted with her finances, how can she be trusted with national energy security? The stakes are too high to ignore these concerns. Accountability is a democratic necessity. Without it, the system falters, and the people lose faith in those who govern. The work of holding leaders accountable never ends, and it is up to all of us to demand the highest standards from those who serve.